Hello, good afternoon. It's January 20, 2021, and you're watching me, Nikki, you also known as Faces Trader, for the awesome 10x Philippine market update. So for today, let's begin. You've got your index down 55 points. You've got a lot of the index names actually falling down, as well as the non-index basura names. So your market value is now 12.77 billion pesos. Continuous foreign selling at 688 million. Take note that last night it was about 1.2 billion pesos. So on a selling spree, so all shares are down, Philippine index down, financials, industrials, holdings, properties, and mining, including mining, and then the loaner, which is actually up, is services. Why services? Because your PLDT and Globe are actually very stable. Take note that your supermarkets, Robinson's Retail, and Pure Gold are also stable. Meanwhile, Meralco is stable, meaning stable, defensive are up, everything else speculative is down. So take a look at the index movers. Let me read it all for you. Your PLDT is 1459. Your ICT is 128.4. Your Globe is 2100. Meralco is 294. Robinson's Retail 64. Security Bank 136. Robinson's Land 21. Pure Gold 38. SM Prime 39, BDO 111, Emperador still at 10, Lucia Tan still at 1348, San Miguel Corp 124, Bloomberry 8, GT Cap 565, AGI 993, DMC continuous fall 522, FGen 30.75, Mega World 4.13, Aboitiz Equity Ventures 44.5, Aboitiz Power 25.75, MPI 4.3, Jollibee 188, JG Summit 74, Metrobank 47, URC 151, BPI 83, SM 1067, Ayala Land 39, Ayala Corp 795. The biggest drop for the index is actually Ayala Corporation at 3.75% or 795 bucks. Let's take a look first on the Popoy Basha issues. So when we say Popoy Basha issues, we're talking about the carnage stocks. So we know that in the pandemic, the carnage stocks refers to your airlines, your restaurants, your casino. So let's take a look at them one by one. So you are seeing that Jollibee is actually down to 187, a fall after its 205 mark. So let's take a look at the charts of Jollibee. JFC, aka the Jollibee Foods Corp, which owns most everything in the Philippines, but not just that, it is a global quick service restaurant owning stakes with Tim Ho Wan, owning stakes with your Greenwich, owning stakes with your Yonghua King, Hong Chong Yuan, and so forth. Smash Burger, Coffee Bean Tea Leaf, la la la. So you'll notice that Jollibee has been dropping 70% actually from 330. Yes, you heard me right. We featured it as a buy during 99 pesos, which we actually argued was such a bargain opportunity, even lower, even better than the subprime crisis of 2008. So you can actually rewatch our shows on Jollibee and about the Asian crisis and how the COVID impact crisis actually opened up an opportunity that is actually a very, very good opportunity. You risk one, you make 17, something in the realm of that much. When you say risk one, let's say you're risking 1,000 so that you could make 17,000. Yes, that was the kind of risk reward because when you were buying at 100 or 99, your risk was so small at $10, 10 peso, but you were willing to make about 270. So risk 10, make 170. That's the kind of move. Not even 170. The risk rewards were even better. So right now, you're seeing that Jollibee is actually consolidating, a very, very good consolidation. Still higher lows here at 154. Let us take note where Jollibee could fall so that we could actually buy some shares. So where will we buy some Jollibee shares? Definitely the people who have it at 160 pesos are willing to buy more if it ever falls. Everyone who's gotten 160 below is likely to buy more. Let's say they bought at 130 or 120. They even bought here at about 99 and 100. So I would say that the people who love Jollibee would continue to buy, especially here at about 180 pesos. So that 8 peso mark below is actually an entry point so that you can buy an entry point to one of the biggest, one of the best companies in the Philippines, which is Jollibee. So here, where is the resistance for your Jollibee? It's very clear that Jollibee has a resistance here at about 240 peso mark. So whether you bought Jollibee before or in the past or whatever, the point is you should be seeing a range format of around lows of about 175 to as high as 245. Any drops from 175 all the way for a bigger drop here at about 150 or 160 should be a very great opportunity for you to buy a lot. Okay? So let's take a look at these ideas. This is one of our Carnage buy ideas that continues to be a gift that keeps on giving. Now let's take a look at your pizza, aka your Shakeys. So Shakeys was also our Carnage buy stocks. Shakey's pizza has rallied already from as low as 4.6 to as high as 888, 877, $9. So far, let us try to see whether pizza here about Shakey's Pizza is an opportunity to buy, given that it was a pandemic victim, right? So Shakey's Pizza is one of the high quality names that the Filipinos love. It is, of course, I think one of the most iconic brands. If my memory is correct, something in the realm of more than 50 years as well. So, or I think 35 years. So this is a company that got listed in the market last 4 years ago, here at about 2016, 2017. And so you are seeing that these are all your pent-up resistances. Very strong resistance here at about 12. And here at about 7 or 6, you're actually able to get at a cheap discount, given that the Shakey's Pizza actually has been growing for the last 5 to 6 years, and it's expected to actually continue growing in the next 5 to 6 years. Given those formats, let's take a look at whether we should buy some Shakey's even after it has risen 92%. Yes, we believe that it goes to 12. So those who got in at 5 pesos below should be happy and hold on. Those who got in at about 6 peso, happy. Those who are getting in here at about 750 should still be happy, even as this can fall back to about 7 pesos or even at 680. So you should be actually posting buys already as it falls. Those who are those who have a high cost, let's say you've got a high cost, should just hold on to their Shakey's Pizza shares, and then let's see whether you can buy more shares here at about 7 pesos. So you cost average this until about next 6 to 12 months and see at about resistance. You're seeing a resistance somewhere here at about this zone from about 12 to 11. So that would be your target, assuming you're buying here at about 750. Your risk is probably just in the realm of 10%, but you're supposed to make about 50 to 60% over a year or 2 years' time. So that is a good, compelling risk-reward option. And of course, if you can buy further here at about 7, you make a 70% risk-reward. So in my view, it's about exposure. You might ask me, Nikki, if I buy at 750, what if it goes $6? Where is my cut loss? We don't believe in actually cutting losses here. It's all about exposure. You buy at 750, let's say you buy 10,000 pesos or you buy 50,000 pesos worth. Usually what we'll do here is 5% cost average it, because we believe that it's not going to go new lows here at 4. But even so, let's say the crisis still continues, we think that these are all higher lows. So any drops even back to 6 pesos is actually just more opportunities to buy rather than to sell. So these are going to be all buying opportunities with no selling, with no plans of selling at all. Whether we hold it for the next 5 years or 3 years or 2 years, the gains are more substantial, and we don't believe in a permanent loss of capital if we cost average our Shakey's Pizza, or in that case, your Jollibee. Let's take a look at your Maxs here. Let's take a look at the shares today of some of these restaurants in the Philippines. Worldwide, the biggest trend of restaurants is truly to be a direct-to-consumer and a delivery-only food service. Now, we know that these companies are not only doing delivery because they already have substantial stakes in their store front, especially since they have been in the market, not just a startup, but actually for the last couple of years, like we're talking about decades here. So definitely, it is a transition move, a transformation move for them. And what's happening in the restaurant industry is truly about the delivery-only market. You've got, of course, the advent of Grab, Lalamove, Food Panda, helping companies like Jollibee, Maxs, and Shakey's ramp up and serve their customers with ready-to-cook kits, and also not just that, ready-to-eat kits, ready-to-eat food, just being delivered. The higher the frequency of people eating outside is not normal anymore. It's gonna be eating inside a home. So in order to deliver those in order to deliver those goodies like your Maxes, your Pancake House, your Krispy Kreme, those who love those should actually patronize and buy shares while it's down. Take note that Maxes here actually double bottomed here at about 450. It rallied to about 8 pesos. And so far, we are seeing that Maxes here at about 6 pesos below is actually more of an opportunity to buy. So let's take a look at the shares. Where will we sell our Maxes shares next couple of months? We're taking a look at the resistance here. It's a very clear resistance here. So let's do with our Maxes shares. We buy some shares here today at 6.7 with more shares to buy here at about 6 or 580. So we are seeing low here. And we are your Maxes has been alert in all of these COVID responses and has been doing a lot of delivery. In fact, when you buy your you can actually order multiple restaurants because all of them is chicken. It's called the Maxes Group. In my view, this company is poised to do a higher low and a higher low, given that their management is very much adequate in solving their current pandemic-related challenges. It's just a challenge. It's not a permanent loss of capital. So what I would say is that those who don't have Maxes Group should actually continue to patronize this Popoy Basha stocks. What Popoy and Basha said is that in the movie One More Chance, Basha was one of you had me at my best, she had me at my worst. If you truly love your Basha and Popoy, you should be with them through thick or thin. In this case, you want to actually buy Maxes here at about 7 all the way to 6, even as there might be a case for some 5. The reality is, if you're going to give me a risk-reward option, I think that the chance of buying at 530 is probably mute. So muted. Like, I think that the probability of being able to buy somewhere at about 450 to 5 was already done in last year's March and August times, no? So I don't think that in 2021 that you can buy that rate. In 2021, the cheapest rates that you could probably get for your Maxes is something in the realm of about 550 to 6. So actually, you want to buy tonight at 669. Tomorrow, next week, buy these dips. This has corrected very well. Here, a pullback of about 20% already. Here, from about 850 all the way to 670 has already pulled back a standard correction of 20%. You've already gotten a good discount. Of course, it can fall further here at about a drop back to 530. However, I think that is very muted. So you want to actually be buying here today, 670, $6 and 5.3. For those who are watching our show, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Awesome 10X. Please take note that every time you order, you go Awesome 10X, you can just a subtle promotion first. For those who don't have online account, please remember to go log in to Wealth. You put your money in, you log in. Let's say you want to put in 30,000 pesos for Jollibee at about 170 or 180, and then you want to put in 30,000 pesos of what's that? Of Maxes and pizza. So you want to enter some restaurant sector during the pandemic. You want to, let's say, 36,000 or about that's about 200 shares. You buy job $6 and 530. Let's say you're willing to buy something in the realm of about 5,000 shares first, or about 3,000 as well, and then you get what that Jollibee and Shakey's Pizza. All right, so Shakey's Pizza is right now trading at $7.50, 7 peso 50, all the way to about 6 pesos. So you just take a look at the charts today with reward potential of about 50%. If you want to make a lot of money, guys, well, I don't know if it's a lot of money for you, but for others, it's good money, right? It's not that bad. So 750 all the way to 7 or 650. So you just put that buying price, $7 7 peso 50, 7 peso and 650. Okay, so you're buying about 30,000 pesos worth. Let's say you have 100,000 pesos lying down there in the bank. You put to buy 30K each for pizza, Jollibee, and Max's. Do look back at about 3 months from now. If it's even same price, don't worry. You just add another 30,000 again. That is what you call a cost averaging method, wherein a discount is in front of you and you want to actually, it's like an arbitrage, but it's not really an arbitrage because it's a time-related arbitrage. You know that these companies will recover in time. And of course, the people who bought early are already basking in on their profits. However, I think that winners will win. So those who bought here, and continue to buy here will eventually be able to sell at about 10 to 12. All right. So there are many companies in the carnage era. Let me just finish that. But you could see actually, so maybe for today, let's just discuss the restaurant sector. But tomorrow and the next few days, we can actually check other carnage related names. Okay, so but let's take a look at your top traded names. You were able to see that, oops, sorry. All right. I have 5 minutes left. I want to actually end within 20 minutes. So I'm not going to be able to answer your questions, except maybe just one or two. But let me just finish a few of the stats today. You could see that today's stats, you're seeing still a lot of these, what you'd call penny stock speculative names. So whenever we see speculative names ramp up in the market, it's actually a sign that the Philippine market is frothy. The market has heavily traded a lot of these frothy names. Take note that APL is up 17%. But more importantly, this 4,300 is at least 10x already, approximately, because it went from 5 and now it's about 50, now it's about 430. So when you're seeing company movements like that, which is actually unexplainable and unusual, despite what you're saying about those mining related backdoor restructuring, for a company to actually 10x within a month or so, you're talking about December to January, it is prudent not to be a pig and actually not to get slaughtered, because you know the realm of Wall Street, they talk about pigs getting slaughtered. So whether you sold at 35 or you even sold here at about 25, these are all selling opportunities rather than buying. 25, 35, 45, whenever you see the slope rise in a very fast move, like 100% in just a day or so, or even in this case, 100% in just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, can you make 100% your money in 8 days? This stock did. And therefore, this is 135% move in 8 days. More importantly, usually, guys, these are called, you have a 300% move here, and on top of that, another 135%. We're gonna call a spade a spade. This is 850% up, very strong move. You want to actually take profit while you can, strike while the iron is hot. So sell when you can. You're seeing the same thing happen, right? Your MRCs, all of your penny stock names have the spikes, and we were cautioning people to actually don't get ahead of yourself. You should be actually taking profits as these moves are happening. APL Abra is now down 22%. So usually, guys, even if it's up 20, even if it's down 22%, you should be aware that these stocks have risen rather triple digits already. So example, for instance, to MRC, this one has traded somewhere in the realm of about 14 and it's now trading at 95 cents. That is an equivalent move of almost that spike is actually here a double in the last 2 years, 2018, from almost a peso it fell down to 10 centavos, and then from 10 cents it went up to another 1 peso. That would be a 10x move since March 2020 without really actually executing all of their promises. So without execution, it's hard to really say that these would actually be sustainable despite their foray on restructuring to renewable energy. Be aware that these are actually opportunities that you should be selling rather than buying. Even if this one goes 60 cents, people will still continue to sell. So it is very clear for me that these are actually opportunities to be selling rather than buying. So congratulations for everyone who's bought and sold these companies, these shares. You could actually see a lot of people taking profits or selling out their shares, and then whether they have extended gainers, but you also have losers. I would argue that people who want to make a lot of money should actually check out Awesome 10x picks, not necessarily maybe in the Philippines, because we have a lot of ideas globally. So just check out investing globally. Please go to our awesome10x.com. It's very clearly here already. Join Inner Circle. It is every day you could see that Awesome 10x Inner Circle. You can just join awesome10x.com, get great companies for your portfolio, and actually some testimonials for you. Of course, last night, I'm going to discuss later on, we were explaining, actually, if you were listening to our market updates, we have been explaining Maxar Technologies, we have been explaining Netflix, even your Zoom video, your Beyond Meat, you're actually a Filipino out there, might not aware that they could invest globally. So while you're investing on your Philippine restaurant sector, you should also invest globally because there are so many great companies worldwide wherein you can actually make 10x your money if you never knew. Now, very fast lang, guys. I know there are a lot of questions. I'm just gonna check your questions. Nag-hold ako ng Mac. I'm so happy na hindi nabutas ang 6 pesos. You should actually not be afraid, even if it goes to $5, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, a correction down of about 20 to 30% is a magnanimous opportunity to enter a great company for a 50 to 100% move next 3 to 6 months. Possible po ba magsiling ang AR or downtrend na lang siya? I'm not quite sure about the ceiling place. Definitely, the Philippine market is speculative and frothy when you cannot explain a company's movements and only back the restructuring as a news or even sometimes no news. These should actually be used as an advantage to take profits from rather than actually opportunities to speculate. I would rather speculate on companies that I truly will buy and hold for a decade. So when it comes to speculation, I'm also like aware, but for me, I'd rather just simply buy companies that I could really hold. By the way, guys, I just opened my eToro account. You can actually just freely copy me. I realized that eToro has copy portfolios, so I'm willing for you guys to just copy me. So you can notice that I just opened my account just January 2021. You'll notice I just deposited 50,000 pesos, which is $1,035. That would be January 13. I topped it up for another 200,000 pesos, which was converted to dollars at 4,141. That means that my money in is about 5,176. I started small and I started low with about $5,000. Essentially, I just started buying a few shares. I got some Zoom video, Beyond Meat, General Motors, Facebook, Doyu, which is an esports play, Teladoc Health, which is one of the best telehealth industries, Vestas, the leader of wind systems. Netflix reports earnings after hours. This is actually $564. I'll discuss some of these companies later on in the global market update. Palantir, which is the AI, artificial intelligence and data analytics leader. Siemens Gamesa, which is also a wind turbine, which is actually a competition of Vestas. But in my view, they're not competitors. The world is going solar and the world is going wind. So I actually am interested to have these positions in my portfolio. I also added just a small position on Solo, which is a Canadian electromechanica. It's a bit more expensive. I would rather own Arcimoto, which is FUV, and I already have it in my Interactive Brokers account. However, it's not listed in eToro. So what I could say with eToro, my experience is that the selections are limited, so I would still prefer to have a large part of my money in what do you call this? A large part of my money in Interactive Brokers. You could see that these are our awesome tennis testimonials, starting $37,000, up 135% in 4 months, and it's probably gonna go further. It's gonna go about $200,000-$300,000. So we're talking about companies like the biggest wearable company, which is Kopin. That's the thing under the thing amongst all your Google glasses, Panasonic, Samsung, VR glasses. Your OAC is gonna be Hims and Hers Healthcare. We got in at $10. Right now it's already 60% up. We think it's gonna go $25. SSYS is Stratasys, which is additive manufacturing. To be honest, this was already a very high entry at about 19 and 23. I was positioning on SSYS Stratasys as early as $12. So this is actually more of an Awesome 10x testimonial about some of our clients, yes, who have been following Awesome 10x in our circle. You'll see 100%. Of course, ACTCU is 175%, XPeng 28%. Take note that XPeng, we have been bullish since $21. So these are some of the clients who have entered already. They were a little bit late in buying, but still at $42, it's now trading at about $55. TPGY, which is EV Box, we gave this a free Friday class pick if you were watching our Awesome 10x show. Silver Spike, all of these names are actually mentioned, weed maps, right? Mentioned in our Awesome 10x channel. So if you are listening to the Awesome 10x Philippine market update, this is just a shout out for you that you can actually just copy my portfolio if you wish. I have my portfolios being copied by Awesome 10x Inner Circle. That is really a benefit of all the members to actually just follow and copy if they wish. And of course, here in eToro, I just opened my account. I use IBKR predominantly, nothing wrong, but I opened my eToro, which is actually rumored to be the spec of BTAQ. I just opened that recently, so I'm sharing my link below. eToro has very limited selection, so do note that not all of my Awesome 10x picks can actually be integrated inside eToro. However, if it's like about 20, 50 companies, I guess around 20 ideas can be inside eToro, around 30 ideas in Interactive Brokers. So so actually bring your friends, trade and earn up to $500. It says here that I could receive $50 for every person I refer to eToro. So that is my personal link. I showed it here. So if you're interested to open an account, use my link. That would be my Faces Trader profile. Take note that this is also an open invite to everyone who wants to invest globally. We've got an annual promotion of 15,800 pesos for the annual year. That would be an entire year, whether you open today. So if it's January 20, so that means January 20 to 2022. Whether you open February 1, that would be February 1, 2022. So we have that Happy New Year promotion for you. And do hope that you actually do something well for 2021, and that would be to learn global investing. And no problem, copy me as much as you want, because that is really the benefits of all of our Awesome 10x Inner Circle members. Now, there's a lot of questions, but I can't answer. I hope you just like, subscribe, and share, and watch Awesome 10x again tomorrow. There will be a lot of companies that continue to be great. I think like for most of the speculative names, you'll notice that AROVOPM, these are what we call one night stands, speculative names. When you say it's a one night stand, it's a company that you don't actually marry for life. So usually when you cannot marry a company for life, you tend to have just a short-term mentality, just a trading mentality. And so you're not supposed to actually be holding them for a very, very long time. You hold them until it rises. But if it stops rising, you actually also sell them, because it could actually permanently injure your capital if you don't sell when you should. So yun, thank you very much to everyone for all of your videos. People are asking what's my opinion on Aboitiz Power. To be honest, I haven't materially studied Aboitiz Power. How much do you suggest with that's why I think like from even from a charting perspective, I think Aboitiz Power has been just asleep I don't have a great idea to know what's going to happen for Aboitiz Power. You'll notice that since March, Aboitiz Power has just leapt here from about 25 to 30 pesos, despite so it has been a complete laggard. Of course, for those who aren't aware who is Aboitiz Power, a quick search would actually already find the stock price for you and what it does. So I'm gonna go to the homepage right now. Aboitiz Power is an electric services company engaged in power distribution, generation, and retail electricity services. I'll discuss it maybe tomorrow, but you can see about us. They've got coal generation, better future, clean energy, and green living. That is their homepage. They're saying that we believe in balance. Our country's energy dilemma is security. Trilemma is security, affordability, and sustainability. And throughout our balanced portfolios, our renewable and thermal power plants provide reliable and ample power supply at reasonable and competitive prices. So let me just discuss this tomorrow instead. Time's up. Don't worry about the question. I'll remember the question. I'll give you a feature tomorrow for Avoid This Power. Thank you very much. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye bye.